After we walk into the next room, the door slams behind us, and there is only darkness. All of a sudden, the floor vanishes, and we fall. As we are falling, the floor above us reappears, and the wizard casts the cloud spell again. We land on it, and float the rest of the way down. Then we reach a platform, and we are surrounded by what looks like a bottomless pit, as far as the eye can see. Then the wizard says, "Well, what now?" Before I can say anything, I hear a voice yell, "Let the curse be broken." Puzzled by this, I ask the wizard, "Did you hear that?" Then he says,
Hear what?
Being shocked by the different voice, I ask, "How do you have a different voice than before?" In response, the wizard says,
That is your voice you've been hearing. You must have been under the voice curse. But I thought the voice curse was lost in time. I have only read about it in books.
Then I hear the same woman say,
Check your pockets. What you find will help you.
The wizard says, "I heard her that time." And we both begin frantically searching our pockets, but only I find something. It's a deep, dark blue colored gem, and I yell, "Can you hear me? Who are you? And who put a curse on me?" She then says,
All will be revealed soon enough. But in the meantime, you should use that stone.
Before I do that, I ask the wizard about the voice curse, and he says,
The voice curse was thought to be lost in time. When I was in school, the curse was forbidden because it could drive one mad. I even asked the teachers about it, and they didn't even know how to cast it. I don't know why you didn't go mad.
Then the wizard asks again.
Well, what now?
Then I say, "I guess I'll try out this gem. It's our only option." I try waving the gem around, and it doesn't do anything. I also try to point at things, but to no avail. Then the wizard pulls out his wand, examines it, and then says,
That looks like a spellstone. Look at your sword. Maybe it has a slot for it, like a wand.
I put the gem in my sword, and it glows dark blue, then red, and lastly light blue. In awe, I tap the gem, and it changes back to blue and surrounds the blade with freezing mist. I then swing the sword, and the mist that surrounds the sword forms into a cloud in front of me. I try to point the tip of the sword towards the wall far off in the distance, and a dark blue beam fires out of the sword and freezes the wall where the beam hit. I then tap the gem again, and it changes to a blazing red color. The flames that surround the blade singe the very air around it. I swing the sword, and a fiery explosion occurs in the pattern I swing. I then point the tip of the sword at the wall, and it fires a blazing beam that burns the rock wall. Again I tap the gem, and it changes to a light blue color. Nothing happens to the blade, and nothing happens when I swing the sword either, but when I point the sword, it fires a light blue beam that surrounds the entire sword. Then the beam hits the wall and sends me flying towards it. I hold out my other arm to cushion the blow. I hit the wall, but it doesn't hurt at all, and my hands and feet stick to the wall, but I can only move my upper half. I then yell to the wizard. I respond, "All right!" I point the sword towards the opening and fly towards it. When I reach the inside, I tap the gem, and it stops me from going towards the spot the beam hit. I land on the ground, only to find a corridor with a door at the end. I yell to the wizard, "I'll try to find us a way back up." And then I walk to the door and peek through, only to find what looks to be nothing short of 10 gloom. I say to myself, this is perfect to test out my gem. I walk through the door, swing the sword, and a cloud of mist appears. The glooms run towards me, but the mist freezes them in their tracks. I tap the gem, and with one swipe, they disintegrate. On the other side of the room, I see a portal. I then walk to it and through it and get teleported back to the dark room. But now there's a light. I see a button across the room that says, "Click if any others are still down there." I think it's a trap, but what choice do I have? I walk to the button and press it, preparing for the worst. Luckily, the wizard teleports to me looking shocked and says,
Well, that was scary. 1 second I'm standing on the platform. The next it's gone and I see a portal below me. I fell into it and now I'm back here.
I ask, "Are you okay?" He nods, and I tell him what happened with the glooms and the portal. And he says, "Are you okay?" He nods, and I tell him what happened with the glooms and the portal. And he says,
That sword is very handy. Would you like to go to the next room so we can get out of here?
I nod and we head to the next room, then the voice says,
Checkpoint reached. Attempt added.